I'm resetting the NHL to a fantasy draft and will be selecting 20 players to build my team. For today's challenge, I must chain players' last names, so once I select a player, the letter that their last name ends with becomes the new letter that the next player must start with. Once all my selections are made, we will assemble the team and simulate through a franchise mode with the hopes of winning a Stanley Cup. Which team will have the honor of being drafted on behalf of a 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, that is me, myself, and I? Great question. I'm glad you asked. Well, we're going to find out right now. It is the Ottawa Senators. I don't know what it is, but I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night, and also this draft is going to go well. There will be no owner telling me what to do. There will be a fantasy draft. Fog of war, absolutely not. Get out of here. Let's clear the airway. Head coach edit lines. This will determine how much the CPU. No, absolutely not. It does not, in fact, matter what your name is, jabroni. Have I done this draft before? Yes. Have I done it on NHL 25, though? No. We will acquire draft pick number 17. Feel like we're going to be somewhat late, but not super late. That's just the feeling that I got. Wow. So no McDavid, no McCarr. I think that... Oh! Well then, what do I do? What do I do? Is it crazy that I think I'm going to take Leon Draisaitl at 8.5? 95 overall? Even Kirill the Thrill's 95 overall, though, and he's making 9 milli. It's basically a toss-up between Kaprizov, Makar, and Leon. Hey, Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3. 1. Leon it is. I also wasn't even thinking about the challenge. I should have taken that into account. We gotta find someone whose last name starts with an L now. I think that would have lowered Kaprizov's value and brought up Makar's. First player to come to mind is Landeskog, but he is obviously still kind of hurt. We got Hampus Lindholm at 87 overall. The man does have 3 abilities, 6'4", an absolute unit, and only 6.5, which actually is not terrible. So we're gonna take him, and our next pick has to start with an M. This selection will get us right back to where we started, because it starts with an M and ends with an M, but I mean, he is really good on a very solid contract. I don't even know the last time I drafted him. Maybe it was recently. I feel like I've been trying to take good goalies in recent drafts. So my current plan is to go with Markstrom. I feel M is a good letter to have, and maybe in 20 years when our next pick comes around, Malkin might still be available. Oh no, he is. But so is Marchand, and so is Meyer. So now we gotta really try to plan here at what we want to do. Meyer is younger. He's a power forward. I feel like he would be good with Leon the Sniper. If we take Malkin, we might be able to get Nichushkin. Or if we go the Marchand route, we could take Dursey. But I don't know that I is exactly the letter we want to have right now. I'll just draft Timo Meyer. We'll figure it out later. All right, it's later, and it's time to figure it out. One thing I will tell you free of charge is that I want this individual on my team. Saw a comment. Honestly, so true. I'm going to try to do everything I can to make that happen. Does nobody's last name start with R? What are we doing here? We have Rust. We have Raquel. But I'm going to do everything I can to try and find one that ends in M. I don't think it's going to happen. I should have just taken him earlier when I had the chance, but we are going to go with my boy, Rickard Rackle, as I like to call him. Letang is an option. Not a bad one either. He still has his abilities that should be able to assist in our chemistry. We have a good goalie. We have Draisaitl on the team. Okay, you know what? No, I'm still chilling. I was getting kind of worried there for a second, but whatever. Gostis Bear could be the chain for Letang. 3.2, 86 overall. And he shoots left. That could work out nicely for our team. Welcome aboard. Eberle is certainly an option. OEL don't necessarily feel like drafting another defenseman right now. It's gotta be Eberle, I suppose. The only issue I have with this is that we're right back to E. So we're grabbing a player who's 85 overall, good. Less than 5 million, nice. Back to E though. Gotta do what you gotta do. Welcome to the team, Jordan. Ekman Larson is the best E here, and it will get us out of the E loop. So I think it is a no-brainer to take this individual now. Niederreiter. I also would like to point out that we have 1 centerman and no left wingers. Well then. Why are they all right wingers? We have Nason, right winger. Darnell Nurse, defenseman. We could also take Nyquist, right winger. And guess what? Nino Niederreiter is also a winger of the right variety. This is absolute nonsense, but we are going to enter another loop here. We're taking Stefan Nason. Filtering by center. There's got to be somebody here. 83 overall. Come on. Throw me a solid. Novak is really the best you're going to give me. No deal. No. Screw it. He shoots left. He can play the left wing. Nino Niederreiter. And we will get out of this loop now. Which also doesn't help us with centers. What are we doing here? I withdraw my statement. We can take Nicholas Roy. However, that is going to give us the letter Y. I'm up for the challenge. This is the guy I was thinking of. I'm not sure how or why. We must have taken him in some recent draft, but we also have Yamamoto. I don't even know where he's playing these days, but yeah, it's another right winger. Team's full of them. All right, sir. Let's sign the contract. Let's just make a full team of right wingers. How about that? We got Nyquist right here. 2 abilities. Can he play he shoots left. So you know what? This whole primary position thing, who cares? We currently have 3 left-handed defensemen, so that needs to be considered. Tanev does shoot right. That is awesome for us. I don't necessarily like where it leads, but we have the cap space. Sure. Surely there's got to be somebody. One individual that is 75 overall or higher. TVR, a right-handed defenseman, which would be actually perfect for us. He's 82 overall. However, we do need forwards. And JVR is a left winger. I don't know what to do here. It's between the bros, and I'm gonna finish off our defensive core, honestly. I was wondering if he would still be here. Don't like that salary, though. Killorn's also on a brutal contract. What about David Kampf? We need centers, like, really bad. 81 in the dot. That's decent. 2.4. 16 mil left. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. David Kampf is the move. And with that, we have opened the door for this individual. Hopefully, he can take a lot of penalties. Marcus Foligno is making 4, which will leave us with a lot of cap space for the last 2 players. So yeah, not a problem. We might have some trouble here getting a letter O. You know what? I kind of love this, actually. Olivier, another guy who's not afraid to drop him. A grinder, which I think is the 3rd of this team. And that will finish up our offense. We just need a goalie. David Riddick will suffice. 1 mil. We have a lot of cap space left, so I could have taken Kemper, but in hindsight, you know what I mean? Hindsight's 50-50. Yes, I am aware that is not the saying. This is what we have cooked up. It looks interesting, is what I am going to describe it as. I see we drafted Henrique down there. He might actually sneak into the lineup, so gonna have to make sure that doesn't happen. Travis Green, how you doing, sir? Let's have a good season. Leon, I'm gonna need you to carry this squad on your spine. Sure enough, there he is. Adam Henrique. You cannot be here. I'm sorry. And he got claimed by Vancouver. Why didn't you just draft him then? Scandella, you also must go. I saw you. You were right below Henrique in the draft. Claimed by the Jets. I thought I turned morale off. Well, better go turn the meetings off. This is what we're working with. Draisaitl, Meyer, and Nyquist on the first line. Maybe want to move Eberle up there instead of Nyquist. He's a playmaker, though, and Eberle is likely a sniper, yes. Love the depth on this team. This bottom 6, elite. Gonna get some depth goal scoring from this guy, am I right? Defensive chemistry is not bad. +3 on the first pair is amazing, but then we have this -1 that's really harshing my vibe right now. Whatever the beef between you two is, how about you just hash it out and get along? That'd be sick. I could move OEL up, and then we have the 300. It kind of balances it out. Tending the goal, we have Markstrom, no abilities, but 89 overall. I feel like I've seen him in the finals several times. We got David Riddick as the backup. This team should be decent, I hope. It is a difficult draft challenge, so I invite you to try it yourself and see if you can get a good team going. I'll say that Leon Draisaitl leads the team with 95 points, same as his overall, and we will get 44 wins. That does seem super bold, but I just believe in the lads, I guess. I'm Ron Burgundy. This is interesting. We don't need defensemen whatsoever, so I'm going to decline that, but I respect it. For the most part, we're not letting up a lot of goals, so Markstrom is certainly doing his job. We just struggle offensively some nights, and that's because Leon Draisaitl is our offense, so if he has a bit of an off night, good luck. We're in the middle of the pack right now, 4th in the division, but we did just go on a decent losing skid. We won against Vancouver there, but 4 out of 5 games taken L's, not acceptable. Where's my option to give attitude? Because when I send the same trade again, they start beacon. Can I do that? Or do I have to unlock The dialogue trait. I know it wasn't the exact same trade, but it was similar enough. We are slipping here. Not good. Never mind. A complete rip. I don't know how we pulled that off, but now we are 30, 22, and 4, going into basically 2 weeks off. John Hines has been canned. I'm thinking about it. Let's just do some recon and we'll make a decision. Only a 53% team fit and a defensive coach. Hines is an A, and it looks like Hines is also available right here. That's strange, as the associate coach. What is his team fit? 50. No deal. Full speed ahead. Let's see who's available at the trade deadline. Not that we're going to be making any moves, but we got Rasmus Anderson, Freddie Anderson, and then Verhaeghe and Pionk. Anyone else feel like firing their coach? Or I feel like now's the time. This is the opposite of what we always get. Post-trade deadline collapse has nothing on this team. Will we ever lose again? Is the okay, there it is. Yep, that was certainly going to happen as soon as I mentioned it. Final stretch of hockey. We are at 39 wins. Can we get 40 against Columbus? No, we cannot, but we get it against the Penguins. Still a few weeks remaining. Another big win over the Sabres. We're second in the division all of a sudden. I don't know what switch flipped with this team, but let's leave it that way. The Bees have fired Jimmy Shen. That's interesting. Let's go. One final game. Make it a dub. Nope, it's an L. 4-game skid to end. Wait. Wait. No. We had to win one of those last 4. One. In fact, even if we had an overtime loss, we would be in right now. What a joke.
That's a joke. That's an absolute joke is what it is.
I thought we were locked and loaded, wasn't even worried about it. And then out of nowhere, we're not in the loss. That is... I am sick to my stomach. The Bees finished dead last with 65 points. Let's see what they look like. Michkov, Zibanejad, and Chinikov on their first line. Just looking quickly here, I'm starting to understand. Florida obtains the President's Trophy. Let's go see the makeup of their squad. But first, stats. 90 points from Draisaitl. That's okay. He's the only point-a-game player. Meyer had 68. Gus had nearly 60. Raquel, 56. I'm not mad. Actually, you know what? I'm mad and disappointed. Double up. 54 from Tanger. That's good for a defenseman. We take that. 35 from Lindholm. So our defense seemed to do all right. Even goaltending. Look at this guy. A 915 save percentage, 279. 34, 28, and 5 with 5 shutouts. The backup played phenomenal. We just had no offense. Kel McCarr is your defensive leader, 82 points, exactly point a game. So realistically, it just feels there wasn't a lot of points in this sim in general. All right, scratch that. Matthews had 126 and 77 tucks. The award ceremony is all his. Cooch had 115, Duchesne 107. Good for you, Matt. The Panthers have Lafreniere, Matthews, and Duchesne. Second and third line are questionable. Fourth line's really nice. Sanheim and Faber. Sandine, Murphy. Decent defense. I'm still shook that we didn't get in. LL. One of those to overtime and we're in. Would we have had a chance? Probably not, but once you're in, that's all that matters. We could have went on a historic run. Why not us? Stanley Cup final is between Florida, so they clearly are just a magical team, and Smashville. Let's see what they are made of. Kreider, Strome, and Pasta. That is a phenomenal first line. Batherson, Norris, and Pearson. I like that as well. Their depth is decent. Dun. Playing with Luke Shen. We got Troy Stetcher and Noah Hannafin on the second pair. And then Orlov and Pedersen. Wow. 2 solid netminders, Cam Talbot and Logan Thompson, who has been unbelievable for the Caps this season. I won't get to say it because we're not in the playoffs, but I will for this. You know the rules. One day at a time. Let's see who takes home the Stanley Cup. Will it be Florida? Will it be Smashville? Only time will tell at this point. It is a 2-0 lead for the Predators. They won't bounce back. Uh-oh. This ain't good. 3-0. Are we going to see a sweep in the Stanley Cup final? That's crazy. Toronto Marlies, your Calder Cup champions. Depending on how the forwards and defense did, I mean, come on. 16-6-0 with a .934 save percentage is disgusting. Roman Josi exactly point a game. Vince Dunn had 12 points in 22 games. Cale Makar nearly point a game. He only played 11 though, so Josi the most impressive here. All right, so Matthews and Duchesne together, illegal, allegedly. 42 points in 24 games, 38 for Duchesne. Pasta had 27. He's gonna get the Conn Smythe, I think, but it should go to Talbot. And so it begins. Pappy with the art and the heart. Fox gets the Wow, it wasn't Cale. Lady Bing goes to Nikita Kucherov. Michkov acquiring the Calder. Pasta does get the Conn Smythe, so that is ridiculous. Shesterkin with the Vezina. Jennings also goes to Igor. Masterton awarded to Sealer. Cassidy is going to acquire the Jack Adams. Trocheck, Frank J. Selke winner. Matthews with another one, and how about one more? I really thought we were going to be in the lofts, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. At the end of the day, you win some, you lose a lot, and we just fell into the ladder again today. How long has this game been out? 3 months, 4 months, something like that? We haven't won a cup yet. It's starting to get a little bit worrisome. Fear not, because I am going to rock the John Cena motto. Never give up. Unless NHL 26 comes out before we get one, in which case I will, in fact, be tapping out. If you have draft ideas, be sure to leave it in the comments down below. We could do the number chain draft again. I know we've done that in previous NHLs. We could give it a go on 25. If you did try this draft, let me know how yours went, what the team looked like, how they simulated. Trying to get to 60,000, so if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. Greatly appreciated. Just by pure odds, we have to win the Stanley Cup eventually, right? Right?